Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vijay Songire. Actually, today's video is on one of my papers which was presented by me in the international conference. The title is Individual Growth and Business Success in the Light of Emotional Intelligence. What is a goal of human life? We need to understand here when we want to understand the concept of emotional intelligence. Then firstly we should know human life and its goal. Human history is the history of struggle for name, achievement, recognition and success. The idea of success and the feeling of achievement of something always give happiness, which is the ultimate goal of human life, isn't it? And it has been observed that people aspire to get a significant position in the society. Until and unless people achieve recognition, they feel restless. And it is true as per the Maslow law, isn't it? And there should be some awareness about this, okay, to each one of us, that how human life is a series of aspirations, isn't it? But are aspirations more important than human life itself? Absolutely, the answer is no. Absolutely, the answer is no. Okay, because human life is greater than our aspirations. If all the time you feel restless, then there is necessity to understand human life and its purpose. Am I right? When one discusses about growth, one must think about goal too, because the goal gives concrete direction to efforts. Without a goal, human life becomes miserable and it goes nowhere, isn't it? So, going further, we will see what actually the growth is. Growth is nothing but positive changes in one's personality, in one's business. Even when you are able to bring some changes in your thinking process, it is also growth. It is also individual growth. In simplest possible terms, growth is stepping towards excellence. What you were not yesterday and you are now today. So already you are growing. Oh, okay, and on individual scale it becomes limited. Still, aspiring for individual growth has been treated positively since it affects organizational behavior collectively. Each organization today, if you are an aspirant, okay, for a new job, then you should build up the habit of growth. Okay, you should focus that how what you were yesterday or what were you thinking yesterday, now you are thinking differently. That is also the example of growth, and it should be reflected in your behavior when you are sitting in front of the recruiters panel. The present paper discusses the various factors responsible for individual growth, such as positive attitude, assertiveness, communication skills, etc. It highlights the relationship between individual growth and the success of organization, which is one of the most important topic in today's corporate sector. Going further, the attempt is to define emotional intelligence. How the emotional intelligence plays very crucial role while working in the organization, as well as the people take an overview of the concept and its impact upon one's personality. What is the role of motivation in growth? There is famous psychologist Abraham Maslow who stated a theory of motivation in his famous book Motivation and Personality. He writes, a psychological interpretation of science begins with the acute realization that science is a human creation rather than an autonomous, non human, or per se thing with intrinsic rules of its own. Its origins are in human motives, its goals are human goals, and it is created, renewed, and maintained by human beings. Give some thought to this definition. Definitely, you will understand the importance of motivation. Since human beings move from fulfilling basic needs to safety needs, it is important to study the reasons behind it. What is the reason that people always move from one need to another? No doubt there is motivation responsible for this act of moving ahead. To investigate it further, the idea of emotional intelligence comes into the limelight. After fulfilling the basic needs, if anyone wants to have security of his or her own life, then it is an intelligent decision, isn't it? Truly speaking, emotions also play a vital role in that decision to move ahead. Human behavior. What is human behavior? Always you will see that human behavior is completely triggered by human emotions. Therefore, the growth as well as sustainability of an individual depend upon the types of emotions one carries. Sometimes even one doesn't know how emotions are playing with the individual. So it is very significant to study the relationship between human actions and their emotions. Goldman Daniel, in his famous book Emotional Intelligence, asserts the ability to effectively experience emotions within and outside workplaces is captured by the concept of emotional intelligence, which is defined as being aware of the emotions of self and others, having behavioral control over one's own emotions, and being strategic in reacting to other emotions. Very wonderful quotation here by Goldman Daniel. He clearly mentioned that how it is a kind of control over one's emotion, and it is person's emotional intelligence. Now see how there is a very bonding relationship between individual growth and emotional intelligence. Emotions are actually responsible for human actions. Already it is stated earlier. Here it is very important to understand the nature of emotions and how they control human behavior. Human brain is gifted with the power of generating thoughts. These emotions have strong connections with the habits of the individual. We see that how people develop their habits, and those habits are developed by their emotions, isn't it? EI, emotional intelligence, is the ability of a person to use emotions effectively for well-being. Goldman, to quote, emotional intelligence is defined as the capacity for recognizing our own feelings. That if you are able to identify your own feelings on day-to-day basis, then definitely it will improve your emotional intelligence, isn't it? And then there are Goldman's parameters for EI. Okay, the first one is self-awareness. It is the ability to identify your emotions. Then self-management, ability to control one's emotions like anger, hatred, jealousy. Then self-awareness, going ahead, the ability to react while building social connections, isn't it? And relationship management, ability to make positive impact upon people and work for sustainable relationship to attain stability and peace of mind. That is the ultimate goal of human life, to attain peace, to attain happiness which is stable, isn't it? And then going further, interpersonal skills, which is related to growth while working in the organization. How EI is important, how EI is helpful in achieving the goals, because EI will help you to improve your interpersonal skills, isn't it? Emotional intelligence itself is one of the interpersonal skills. The other important interpersonal skills are assertive behavior, open mindedness, leadership skills, positive attitude, negotiation skills, etc. Okay, so in this video, okay, I have not stated much on each, but still to mention few ideas on assertive behavior. Assertiveness is the ability to convey your thoughts, okay, to convey your thoughts in such a way that it will not hurt somebody else's emotions, and you are sharing your opinions to protect your own rights. Okay, open mindedness, it helps individuals to understand what other people think. If open mindedness is practiced rigorously, people in the organization will feel free to share their opinions, and it will definitely improve the work culture. Nowadays, it is the need of the hour to develop open mindedness among colleagues, in between the employer and the employees, between the boss and the subordinates, isn't it? Leadership skills will give motivation to people for achieving the organizational goals. Positive attitude is the another one interpersonal skills which bring focus in work. When you are positive, when you have developed a positive attitude, then you become very much optimistic to attain your goals. It is really very important while pursuing your goals. Organization growth and EI. Already it is stated that how emotional intelligence improves your interpersonal skills. Once you improve your interpersonal skills, definitely it becomes instrumental to improve your relationship with people in the organization. And relationship is very much important. When you are working in the organization, your relationship with other people creates a very positive atmosphere in the organization. Organizational behavior is another one term where one can identify the importance of emotional intelligence. It is the study of human behavior in the organizational setting. It shows how people interact with each other, what is the quality, what is the level of their thinking when they share their opinions with each other. They work together to achieve a common goal and they decide the growth of the organization. The employees who have right emotional intelligence reflect a high level of trust, commitment, honesty, and dedication. So, it is not wrong to say that emotional intelligence nourishes the atmosphere in the organization. The people carrying high EI tend to tackle conflict in the best possible manner and focus on productivity, which results into the sustainable growth of the organization. Positive attitude and emotional intelligence, already it is stated that how positive attitude is instrumental in the development of the interpersonal skills as well as the work culture. So we will not spend much time here. One individual succeeds independently when he she believes that he can achieve what he thinks. Similarly, a group of employees in a company, if they think positively towards the company, brings financial benefits to the organization, isn't it? According to Bahal, employees' attitude towards work and organization can be affected by many individual and organizational factors. Emotional intelligence can be considered as a strong individual predictor with the potential to affect job satisfaction and intention to live. Okay, so there is a very strong relationship between positive attitude, emotional intelligence, and organization growth. To conclude, human beings aspire for individual growth and success in the field of their choice. Okay, whatever the field one wants to perform, he she needs to have high emotional intelligence, isn't it? Knowingly or unknowingly, AI is affecting the personal, social, and professional life. Needless to say, high emotional intelligence leads to positive changes, brings joy, peace, and happiness. On the other hand, the absence or the ignorance of emotional intelligence can lead to failure, conflict, anxiety, distrust, instability, and sorrows. So, in this way, we have covered a very important topic today, the relationship between EI and the individual growth. Thank you very much.